Hello, this is Wise Owl. I'm going to do a little bit of a painting update. It has been so long since I've been on YouTube and uploaded any videos, so I thought I'd just check in and show you a little bit about what I'm doing. Started working on some Skaven, and so I'm going to do these rats up in a steampunk kind of lab rat style. Lots of gears, lots of brass, verdigris, all that kind of stuff. We'll try and get them looking really kind of steampunkish. So this is the Icket Claw model, and so he's wearing lots of armor that I really did in 3 stages. It's a Vallejo tinny tin base with the Vallejo verdigris wash, and then I went back over with the dry brush of the Vallejo brassy brass. All of the other steel is done in Vallejo model color oily steel. And yeah, so we're on our way. So next up is a Skaven Warlord model in Finecast that I clipped the banner off and put on a different, larger banner. This is from Ogre Kingdoms. It's blue with the light blue scales because a friend of mine plays lizardmen, and he's got his lizardmen painted up in these colors, so I wanted my Skaven to look like he'd skinned a skink and is using his hide as a new war banner. So there's my BSB. So here's my first clan rat. This was really my test model for the color scheme. I dipped this model, which I'm not going to do. I'm going to shade and highlight the old-fashioned way. I was hoping to save some time by dipping, but just not happy with the results. But you can see the color scheme, right? The albino rats, the very light gray white fur with the bright red eye. And then we move on to the first war machine I've finished, Warp Lightning Cannon. This one's not quite done yet. There's still some dry brushing that needs to be done. I have to do the patina, the verdigris on all the bronze bits, but it's coming along. I'm really pleased with the results so far, and I'll just take a few minutes and talk about what I did. So for the warpstone, I started off by painting that in Vallejo model color silver, and so you go over all the bits that you want to use this technique that I'm going to talk about with the Tamiya clear paints. So the stone gets a silver coat, all the copper piping gets a silver coat, and then of course there's a bit of warpstone on the front and lots of copper piping inside. So once you've got the silver on, you let that dry, and then you come back with Tamiya clear green X25 for the warpstone. And this goes on, shake the pot really well so you get lots of pigment mixed up inside the paint, and then put it on fairly thickly, because where it pools it looks almost black like the fluff in the warpstone, but where it's thin the silver undercoat really shines through, and you get this very gem-like quality. And then for the copper piping, same thing, silver undercoat, but this time you go top coat with Tamiya clear orange X26, and the camera, it does an okay job capturing the effect, but really live, when you see this thing on the table, it looks like flexible copper pipe. It really does. So very, very effective technique. I'll be doing lots of Tamiya clear paint work, I think, in this Skaven army. So like I said, I still got to go back over this with the verdigris and really kind of tarnish up these metals a bit, make them look a little more steampunk. And the crew is underway as well. Same armor color scheme as the clan rats. The tinny tin for a base coat, then that gets the verdigris wash, and then highlighted with a dry brushing of brassy brass to really kind of pick out the high bits. The cloak is going to be a dirty white, yellowish color, and then all of the skin is going to get that albino rat coloring, so very light gray to white fur. So finally, I'll just talk a little bit about the basing and the decorating of the models that I'm going to use. Went to my local craft store and picked up a few packages with a 40% discount coupon of these gears. Nothing special, really, about them. They're just stamped metal. They're not actual gears. They're quite thin, but they're great for decorative basing because they're already tinted. You just put them on the base, give them a quick wash with Agrax Earthshade or the Sepia wash, and they come out really, really great. So these big ones will go under the larger models like the Hellpit Abomination or the Warp Lightning Cannon, and then the smaller ones I can put on a 20mm base and then sit the character right on top. So yeah, really kind of inexpensive way to just do some decorative basing. I did also go onto eBay and pick up some watch parts. So these are really, really great. They're tiny though. Just try and pick one up on the brush here so you can see just scale-wise how small they are. They're really, really tiny, but a little bit of crazy glue, a little bit of sepia wash, and they fit right in to the steampunk theme. So I'm going to put these on bases as well where there's a spot because the model's standing off to one side or something like that, but I'm also thinking that these small parts will really go well on the Hellpit Abomination. So here you can see just on the corner of Ikit Claw's base I've glued a couple of these tiny little watch gears just to kind of fill out the model. I'm trying to get away from the sand, static grass kind of base. My elves have those, my ogres have that same kind of basing, so I was hoping to do something new. So these guys are coming straight out of the Imperial lab and rising up against their Imperial oppressors. So that's pretty much it. There you can see the larger fake gear with the two real gears glued on top, just as a piece of decorative basing. So that's it for now. Try and update as I go. Leave your comments below and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.